join us on a beautiful Tuesday morning before work, and thank you very much to Carmen. I have a game changer. It was hurting my arm, my old arthritic arms, chucking the ball as far as I could. This little contraption is amazing. So let's see how far we can get it. Are you ready? Without any effort. It's brilliant. I don't know how it works, the physics of it. I guess it adds an extra length to your arm. Again. Okay. Easy to pick up, don't have to bend down so far. Just a nice gentle lob. Takes all the effort out of throwing the ball. Brilliant, great invention. Could do with a bigger one. Oh, okay, good, right. Nice to come here for a change, isn't it? Instead of the park. Bit boring in the park. This is called the Meadow, and this is a big wildlife conservation area in the hook of the river as it goes round past the crescent. Are we going again? Again? Mind it, mind it, mind it. That's it. Look at that. Ready? Good girl. Good girl. Only thing here is we have to watch out for suspect dog poos and joggers and people with other dogs. But Minnie's pretty good, aren't you? You're pretty good, aren't you? Yes, I am. I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Morning, Mr. Heron. Morning, Mrs. Heron. Nice to see you on this lovely morning. And morning, Minnie. Good to see you too. Look at your tail going. You excited? You excited, aren't you? I don't know why you're so excited today. We've got a new ball because we lost another one yesterday. We've got our fantastic stick. This thing, yeah, which you can't wait to use. And we're going to go for our morning walk along the river, find a park and throw a ball. And then we're going to have some breakfast. Can't believe it's been around about 2 weeks now. Actually, just seconds later, and there's another heron over there. Last few years, really, I've seen a huge increase in the number of heron sightings along this river. Lovely, majestic birds. It's so far away on the other side of the bank that it's difficult to get a good picture, but just sit there nonchalantly all day. I'm sure if a fish came along they'd be right in there quick though. And good to see. Nice to see that the river, despite probably quite a dirty industrial past with everything being piled into it from industry, has started to clean itself up, and people have taken more responsibility. Loads of wildfowl, Canada geese, seabirds even, that are using it. It's good. And obviously plenty of fish. And look at it on this glorious morning today, just how beautiful it looks. If only it didn't have, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, such a man-made banking system, you know, if only it was more natural. And I mentioned that when I walked down the Mersey as well. Parts of the Mersey are natural and look lovely, and parts of it are obviously for flood prevention purposes or water preservation purposes or whatever. But it's nice to see the natural parts of it at least. So this morning we tried a new regime. What's been happening over the last week or so, I guess, is I do have a lodger in my flat, and through no fault of his own, he has to get up earlier than me. He's up at like 5, 6 in the morning, and then leaving the flat. And up until now, Minnie has been staying in her cage in my bedroom with free run of the bedroom over the night, of course, but she generally just goes to her bed in the cage to sleep overnight. But then in the morning, as soon as she hears the lodger getting up and showered and breakfast and all that sort of stuff outside in the corridor, and then him finally leaving for work, she psychologically she's thinking, well, it's daytime now, everybody else is up, I can see the sun shining through the window because it's kind of bright that time in the morning, and so she's jumping on the bed and licking me and saying, come on, let's go, got the ball in her mouth, getting ready to go out for the walk. She thinks it's that time. And I work much later shifts generally, and then Friday nights, and so it's been a bit harsh getting up at like 5:30, 5, 6 in the morning when the lodger gets up. And through no fault of Minnie's, she's just doing what she thinks natural. But I get really grumpy if I don't have 7 or 8 hours sleep every day. So last night I rearranged things, and it seems, first day of it, and it seems to be working out better. I rearranged all my furniture, my table in my bedroom and the kitchen and the lounge, and Minnie's cage, which is quite a humongous affair, and now she's in the kitchen overnight. So the cage is in the kitchen. She's in a cage. We only go to bed or to cage to sleep anyway, so and then nice 10 to 8 or 8 o'clock-ish this morning, I got up, went to the kitchen, let her out. She was raring to go, really pleased to see me, and I was refreshed, and that's the most important thing, because there's nothing worse than getting up begrudgingly in the morning, tired, and then knowing that you've still got a full day of work ahead of you as well. It's a recipe for discontent, basically, and what's the word I'm looking for? Resentment, I suppose, in a way. So seems to have worked out. The next few days we'll try the same thing. It means that also I can have my computer in my bedroom. I don't have to keep hoovering everywhere in the bedroom and washing the bed linen. We can contain the hair, because she's a very molty dog, can't you? Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously for the rest of the day when I'm at home, or before work or after work when I come home, then she's going to have the full run of the flat. We've got a nice little blanket under my computer desk so she can sit down, curl up at my feet when I'm there, sort of thing. Talking of trying to find the right balance and the right regime, I guess, that suits you and your dog, and of course I'm no expert. I've had her for 2 weeks. First ever dog that I've ever had in my life, although there have been other dogs in my life, family and friends dogs and farm dogs that where I worked on farms, and you do get into it's good. I think it's good to build a regime, but maybe people can correct me here, people that have had dogs all their lives, but you need a regime, a routine maybe is the right word, because you need to know what suits both of you, what time to get up, when to have dinner, how often to throw the ball or just go for a walk, and let her sniff around in the bushes and do what dogs do. I don't want to get her too tired out, because I'm sure I think she would happily let me throw the ball for her and chase after it a lot more often than she wanted to. I also think that if it really came to it, she would kind of let me know that that's enough, like right now sort of thing. She's quite happy mooching about, pooch that mooches, aren't you? And just mooching about and licking the grass and sniffing and having the occasional pee. And so you build a relationship, I think, where you both know your boundaries and your limits and what you expect from each other and all that sort of stuff. It's great. It's been a real bonding session this last couple of weeks, especially, of course, getting out of the weekends on much longer hikes and enjoying the scenery and the rivers and the hills and the various different places that we visited, and then coming back and collapsing on the sofa at the end of it all. It's been really good, really good. It's kind of inspired me to get my own dog. I think I'll definitely have to do that when she goes back, which will be very sad. It'll be very sad when they come back in a week or so's time and take her away. I know, we'll still see each other, won't we? You're always at the pub. Welcome to the weekend again with me and Minnie. Say hello. Hello. And it's Saturday, and I think we're just going out for our morning ablutions. But after that, I think we might go on a little secret journey somewhere. Ooh, where are we going to go today? Who knows? So, the secret journey. Breakfast has been had, and ablutions have been done, and we're all fit and ready for a day's outing. Now, one of the problems that I always have with going on my long walks, especially on a Sunday, but today's the Saturday, is trains being cancelled, not enough staff, the wrong type of snow on the line, industrial reaction, all that kind of stuff. COVID obviously put a big dampener on things in that respect too. So, and today is no different, it seems. Even though it's a Saturday, the trains to where I wanted to go, nice localish kind of place, Glossop, only 30 minutes away on the train, and the train services are rubbish today. Lots of other places to go to as well, but I'd want to save like the really big proper walk for tomorrow. So we're going to do a canal and river walk today of a different type to normal. And I did this a long time ago, where I walked along the canal southwest-ish and then picked up the River Mersey and came back east towards Didsbury. So that's what we're doing today. It's around about 9 or 10 miles, perhaps a little bit more, and then we'll get either the train back from Didsbury or the bus. Let's see how it goes. Are you enjoying it so far? Oh yes, it's fantastic. Amazing what you find when you go down back streets, isn't it? Look at this. This is lovely, one of my favourite words, swathes of flowers. I don't know if it's been put here purposefully or just grown naturally. You can see some red poppies over there, some daisies, really tall daisies. I wonder if these are oxeye daisies. Hello Daisy. They're really tall, spindly and huge flowers, so I'm guessing they're daisy family at least. And then these weird things, which to my untrained eye, is that a cornflower? Is it a garden plant or wild? Quite difficult to say. Quite a lot of them down there. And again, all the flowers along here, which looks beautiful by the way, whether it's natural or not, are all very tall, competing for the air. And look, even over there, I can't see any close by, but oh, here's some down here, look. Look at this. The purple one there. It's in composition, similar-ish. Slightly paler blue one. Interesting, isn't it? Are they all the same plant but different colour? What's that? That looks interesting too, doesn't it? Looks like someone's actually... That's a nice long spindly thing as well. Looks like someone's actually planted some wildflower seeds or meadow seeds or something. Pink thing there, is that a poppy as well? It certainly looks very similar, a little pink version maybe. Look at that, that's terrible. Empty the bins, for fuck's sake. Anyway, we've come off the... comes through down parallel to the canal, basically. The river, sorry. And we're just going over here now, which will cross us across the canal. And join us onto... Chester Road, I think it's called. Yeah, there's a canal down there that we usually come down. But different route today, should be interesting. And for the sake of the road, Minnie is on the lead. At least until we get to where we rejoin the canal. We could continue down the canal path all the way to the junction in the canal where it goes left or right. Right goes to Eccles and left goes down towards Chorlton. So by going by road, we're cutting off a huge loop, save us a bit of time and a bit of mileage, and hopefully so that we've got all day to get to Didsbury instead. So it's a roundabout here where we cross that major road there, and Chester Road continues down to Old Trafford, and that way we leave the city centre tower blocks behind, and the canal and Cornbrook tram stop and the river, and we take a direct route now down this road. Yeah, so we head down this long, boring straight road now that I've been down many a time before. I used to make it quite a habit of coming on a long walk down this road during lockdown, and it is a long, boring, straight shortcut to the canal. But it's good. In fact, I'm not even that sure that I made many videos coming down here. I certainly did one where I cut back through Chorlton and the park there. Bloody Sunday, I think that one was called. Maybe I'll put a link to go and watch that one if you want. Quite an old one, so you know, things were a bit rusty back in those days. And I don't know if I ever made a video of me walking to Altrincham and Sale all the way down the canal, which is another good 9-mile trek. But anyway, I'll put links to any videos that I've mentioned and you can go and check them out. Been past this building many a times, but it is a very grand building. I love the colour of the brick. Such an orangey, peachy brick colour, and very interesting looking building it is too. I'd love to have an explore around there. And did it used to be a jail of some kind? The door there, the huge archway and the solid wooden door just does remind me, and that one too, of the Manchester city centre old court building. Another thing that I've noticed is the very unkempt but meadow-like grounds that it's situated in. It looks great. They're proper oxeye daisies over there, slightly bigger than the ones we saw earlier. We've also got coltsfoot in there and clover and daisies, all sorts of things going on. One thing as well that strikes me about some of these old buildings is I've watched a couple of documentaries actually about, you see these basement windows, and it's a very interesting concept that maybe these buildings were built such a long time ago, before like a huge flood caused the silting up of the streets, and that these windows actually at one point would have been on the ground level. Interesting. I'll put a link maybe to a couple of videos. It's, you know, be skeptical as you like, but it's an interesting idea. And not quite so interested in this one, but almost like a sort of Art Deco-ish kind of vibe it's got to it, this one. And then again, another abandoned building on this street. What's going on? It does seem just like a very run-down street, this. The industry on both sides as we go down just seems like it's been left behind. Coming up to like the junction where you go to Old Trafford here now, on this road, and there's lots of little oddly placed interesting buildings, and all the architectural phenomena like this up there, which is all crumbling to bits now, but like little coats of arms like that. What did that building used to be? It's very interesting to me. I'm very curious about all this sort of stuff, and again it reeks of sort of Victorian railway architecture, which would make sense because there across the road is it Seymour Grove tram stop, I think, something like that. Obviously used to be a railway station, the Metrolink now. So coming up and past Old Trafford and Trafford the area, of course. So there's obviously a football match on today. Lots of car parking people going out and people walking the streets. Don't know who they're playing. Might put it on the screen. I'm not really that bothered, so I probably won't. There's the old police building. I think that used to be Oakland House. Pretty sure that used to be one of the Manchester Police headquarters. Disgustingly horrible 60s, 70s concrete monstrosity. And it looks like it's still for rent, which I think it was last time. And if you remember, all those years ago, probably 2 years ago perhaps, and we looked at this building as we walked past, and that even that one is still waiting to be let to businesses, and it doesn't look anything like it does on the picture, which is painting a very rose-tinted view of this, another concrete sci-fi from the 70s monstrosity. Look at that. Horrible. Anyway, continue on down this road now, and it is a long boring road as I mentioned, but me and Minnie are having fun, and we're well over halfway down it by now, so we'll be on the canal soon and we can let our spirits roam free. And as we pass Lancaster County Cricket Ground, or Old Trafford Cricket Ground as it's more familiarly known, you can see all the hordes of people going to watch a bunch of overpaid idiots kick a sheep's bladder around the field. And I'm glad I managed to get that sentence out before anyone overheard me. Trafford Town Hall, majestic red bricked building the other side, obviously very Art Deco looking. Love to explore around there. It's got some nice grounds I think over there too. There's obviously some sort of cricket going on today, because all the way over there in the distance there are actually a handful of spectators in the stands of the cricket ground. But it would seem that today, I'm guessing that the cricket ground car park is benefiting from people parking to go and watch United play. So nearly at the end of Talbot Road now. Thank the heavens, You've been very patient, Minnie, for this long boring road, but it is just a very sad road full of bedraggled industry and businesses and MOT stations, and you know, and then you got these strange industrial unit shaped roofed flats here. I mean, they actually look quite nice, but why put those industrial kind of roofs on them, you know. Just makes it look jaggedy and horrible. Anyway, nearly on the canal now, so we can go and have a bit of a drink maybe and a snack and let you off the lead, eh? What do you think about that? Oh, can't bloody wait. Goodbye, horrible road. And hello, peaceful canal. Within a couple of minutes, we'll feel like we're not even anywhere close to a city centre. See, it's better down here, isn't it? Nice little peaceful canal to walk along. There we go, down here. Likewise, nice little boat. No, it's a scruffy old looking boat, but it's a boat anyway. Oh, isn't this better, eh? Alright, we'll find somewhere to sit down, have a drink of water, and a bit of coffee, maybe. And then we'll continue our marathon. They're interesting, aren't they? I wonder what they are. Is that some kind of orchid or is it a garden plant? I always questioned in this, you know, when you're so close to gardens and stuff. Very interesting, beautiful looking thing. What do you think, Minnie? Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Come on then, let's go. Again, they're very unusual looking, aren't they? But I'm guessing that they are actually a garden plant of some kind. Focus, you bugger. They look too bright and gaudy to be wild plants, but you never know. So this quite proliferate along this canal line here, this lovely purple thing. Apparently is a marsh orchid of some kind. Just loads of them all the way along. Come on then, Miss Minnie. Oh, could you hear that? Did you hear that? Noisy. One of those pubs that has some kind of kids playground or something, you know, is it a wacky warehouse or something? I can't imagine anything worse. In some ways, I'm really glad that I'm single and not married, no kids. That's the Canada geese around here are really increasing in size quick, aren't they? Compared to the ones down near the river where I live. Oops, there we are. And quite a few families along here with quite large chicks. Perhaps that's because it's not quite so populated an area and they've lots more stuff to eat. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh, I know. Should be proud parents, you. Look at them. Aren't they lovely? Huge things. Almost prehistoric looking on you. Canoeing club, something canoeing club, I'm guessing. Lovely old building this, isn't it? And lots of barges actually moored here. Watch House Cruising Club. Okay. Obviously got a little bar in there as well. Nice. Welcomes boaters, walkers and cyclists and children. Lots of things to sniff around here, isn't there? Because lots of dogs come down here, I'm guessing. Canals are a favourite dog walkers jaunt. Hello, you're a big crow person, aren't you? Nice. Talked before about actually living on a canal boat, and I don't think it would be for me. But certainly, having visited a friend that has one, with the nice smoke from the fire and the coziness of it all, it might be nice for a weekend, I suppose. It's interesting all the way along this stretch of the canal as well. Lots and lots of barges, canal boats, whatever the correct word is, and most of them seem to have permanent moorings here that I don't know if they ever move, to be honest with you. You know, they got little on the bank the other side, private bank of course, little gardens going on and barbecues and storage and all sorts of, you know, chairs and things, almost like they stay here permanently. So I wonder if they actually do ever leave, or, you know, they just live there, sort of thing. And here's another party boat. You can't seem to escape them these days. Is this a rave boat or a posh meal boat or somewhere in between? Let's have a look. Ladies doing lunch, it seems. Only a handful of ladies on that one. 6, 7, 8 ladies maybe. The rest of it was empty. So here, guess what this is? This, I do believe, is the River Mersey. So I think we've got to somehow get across the other side. And I can't remember exactly how I did it last time. I'm gonna have to check my map, because we're now turning off to the east along the Mersey if we can. And you know, you should always trust your instincts, as I should have done, because I knew when we were passing that boathouse that it had some significance, and I thought, no, it's too soon before the Mersey. But what actually happens is I do remember now, you have to turn off at the boathouse, because that's the only place that you can get under the canal, because the River Mersey runs underneath it basically. So we're heading back now, retracing our route, only just a couple of 100 yards down to the boathouse, and there's a little tunnel, if I remember correctly, that goes under the canal and joins a tributary of the River Mersey. There's the tram going by that goes down to Sale and then Altrincham. So right, back to the boathouse, under the canal, and then we'll see where it takes us after that. Always trust your instincts. Looks more like it, doesn't it? Yeah, this is what I remember. Jump down here. Good girl. That's it. Little tunnel under the canal. Yeah, I remember now. This is the way. And then this next tunnel goes under the Metroway, the tram line. Yeah, that's it. Good. Didsbury, here we come. But first, through a bit of wooded area and join up with the River Mersey. Unusual looking thing, this. Huge, great big long shiny leaves, and then the flowers are like that. Again, I keep thinking deadly nightshade, but it's probably not. I think deadly nightshade's got more of a yellow tinge to the middle. Well, we'll find out. Huge graveyard there, with a little chapel in the middle. That's nice, isn't it? Always very peaceful. I love graveyards. Something very, I don't know what it is. The way the graves are all uniformly laid out as well in lines, and I don't know, difficult to put your finger on. What have we got up here then? Hey? What's up here? Oh, there it is. There it is. The River Mersey, or at least At least this is a tributary to it. I think we join the main branch in a minute. Bit of a shrub and a half, isn't it? Oh, they must have attacked by one of the bees. I know they like this plant for some reason. And what is it? I don't think the flowers are fully open. But it does remind me of something. So we finally made it down to the River Mersey proper. And the only downside to walking down here on a Saturday especially is almost every person that you pass has got a dog. And thankfully Minnie is well behaved and generally speaking, and it all goes smoothly. But if you can, just above my voice, you can probably hear the sound of some rapids, which I talked about on the River Mersey video. And you can only assume that this is some kind of natural weir, because as I mentioned in that video, I think, it's very peaceful and calm, the river, until it gets to that bit. And then it really cascades down there, full of sound and white foam. And I know our Canadian friends would disagree that that's rapids, but that's the maximum rapids we get in Manchester. So yeah, quite a fast river, really, when you think about it. Anyway, let's continue. And at some point, hopefully, we can find a bit where it's not too overgrown and Minnie can get down and have a swim. Are you ready? Good girl. See, you wanted to do that all along, didn't you? Nice one. Good girl. Yeah, don't do that near me. Where's it gone? Another one? Look, found another one. Do you want this? Good girl. Soaked. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Look at the state of you. So you need to give you a new waxing. You want another one, don't you? This one? This one, you ready? Splash. Good. Come on. Minnie. Good girl. That's it. Nice one. Good girl. Come on then. That's cooled you off a bit, isn't it? It's very humid today. Ugh. Thanks. Yeah, it's quite humid today. I might have to strip off a little bit in a minute. It's nice that she actually loves it, you know. I let her off the lead along the few miles, 3 or 4 miles that we walked along the canal, and she was like, yeah, good, nice to have a sniff and see who else had been there dog-wise. But as soon as we turned off and started walking alongside the river, there's something that she really seems to thrive on. She's full of energy and excitement and giddiness now, and just rooting around in the verges and the grass, and just can't get enough of it. It's great, and she loves the water, obviously. So yeah, brilliant. Good to see her really happy. And that's another thing, I suppose, as well, about having had the dog now for a couple of weeks, probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, and it's over 2 weeks now, and she really, you get to know their personality, what they like, what they don't like, what they think is okay. Look, she just loves rummaging around in the undergrowth. But she's good, she comes. As soon as I say Minnie, when I've lost her, out of sight sort of thing, not lost her, don't panic, she'll come there. See, Yeah, she just loves exploring, don't you? Oh, she's lovely. Love you to bits, Minnie. Just passed a bench just now, but obviously it was taken. People sat on it. So despite millions of people and all my thousands of subscribers watching my previous Mersey River video, the authorities that be still haven't done anything about putting more benches along here, which is a shame. And whoa! Good girl. Nice one. Quite fast flowing, isn't it? I said to this evening. She comes out and makes me completely wet. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Hello, little fella. Yeah. Thanks, Minnie. Face full of wet dog. Trying to video a caterpillar down here. Look. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Hello. Someone told me once when I was a kid that you shouldn't touch caterpillars, especially the furry ones, because they can poison you or sting you with the fine hairs on the back. So I don't know if it's true or not. Can anyone tell me? Any biologists or insectologists? I know that's the wrong word. Out there, is touching caterpillars dangerous? Can it give you a sting or a rash? Right, taking a big bend in the river now as we go under the old and the new bridges that form the Princess Parkway, which I was on not so many days ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. And the river will bend round to the left now, the Mersey here, and we should be nearly in Didsbury. And we're going to go for a pint, aren't we? On the way to the train station. Yeah, we are. I'm gasping for a beer. This is a bit spooky, isn't it? Look, the door to the inside of the bridge is open. Wow. Ooh. Scary. Can't see anywhere. Round the corner there. Ooh. Leave it quickly, I think. White dead nettle. Nice to see you, mate. Jack by the hedge or cow parsley? There's lots of it. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are. Come on. Come on. Over here. You need a periscope or a stethoscope or whatever it's called. Periscope. Come on. Good girl. Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Minnie, after many splashes in and shakings off, we finally get to the bend in the river. It's very tranquil and quite narrow here actually, and peaceful. It's lovely to walk along, but my feet are aching, and so we're gonna because it goes on many more twists and turns, the river, as it heads to the south of Didsbury. But we're going to go up here past these lovely, are they foxgloves? White foxgloves and pink, red? I don't know. No idea. They're beautiful though, aren't they? Look at those. Look inside of those. Just, oh, beautiful. Yep, so anyway, always distracted by flowers. And Minnie, time to head for a pint, I think. What do you think? Oh yeah, I totally agree. Through the leafy suburbs of Didsbury. Only oi polloi get to live around here, you know. Huge, massive houses with basements and attics and electronic gates. Anyway, never mind all that moaning. Do you know what I find amazing, Minnie? A couple of things. First, they've managed to carry that stick all the way along the river, and it was the only one that I chose that you took a liking to, and you stuck with that one. All the other ones that I found and chucked, he didn't like. He kept going back for that one. So fair play to you, it must be a good one. And secondly, why don't you hold it in the middle instead of right at the end? Surely it's unbalanced like that. Is there a secret that I don't know about? And thirdly, I love you. I love shops with names so they play on the words. Great, the filing cabinet, nail boutique. Fantastic. Nearly in Didsbury now, and my feet are aching. I don't know about yours. Are yours aching? Oh yes. Yeah, I thought so. But we're nearly there. We sit down, have a refreshing pint in at least one pub, and see where the afternoon takes us. It's a proper old moat, isn't it? Nice buildings here as well. Try and cut through Didsbury Park. We went to, where did we go? Went to the pub I normally go to anyway, Fletcher Moss, and it was kind of busy, so we're gonna either try another one or go straight to the train station. Try as we might, I don't think we're gonna make the next train at 17:08. I don't think 10 minutes is enough to get all the way down that road to the train station and guarantee getting there on time. It's probably about a 10-minute walk. So we're going to stop here for a pint if it's not too busy. And I can't remember what this one's called, but the Didsbury probably. And yeah, I think it actually is. Get a pint, sit outside, and take a leisurely stroll down to the 5:42 train instead. Whew, been quite a slog today. No, slog's the wrong word. Slog's negative, isn't it? Quite a traipse. I'm at the Old Cock Inn, which is a pub I don't normally come to on this corner. I usually go to the Didsbury over there. And I'm having a pint of mild, which I don't normally have as well. It's Empire 10 Malt Mild, can't remember the actual name of it, and it's absolutely bloody lovely. Bloody lovely. Minnie's got a little drink as well. And yeah, well, it's nice to take the weight off our feet, isn't it? Hey?